Okay, so this video I'm going to show you how I set up the HX effects to switch snapshots and occasionally presets on the HX Stomp. I'm not a MIDI expert and this is the first time yesterday that I tried this, so I thought it might be useful to show this because if I can do it, definitely you can. So first of all, we're coming out of the MIDI out of the HX effects into the MIDI in here of the HX Stomp. I'm only concerned about sending MIDI signals from here to here. And in terms of routing effects and stuff, I'm just going into the HX effects, out here and into here. So it's like a pedal board into the HX Stomp. But what's also going on, if you look, is that this is changing snapshots on the HX Stomp, and occasionally it will change presets as well, depending on which preset I've got set up. So I'll show you how I've achieved this and some of the things you might want to know. So the first thing is that by default you'll be sending, anytime you do a preset change, you'll be sending a message to the HX Stomp, and it will basically just kick you into a new preset on the Stomp whenever you change presets on the HX effects. Now I didn't want that, and you can change this by scrolling over to MIDI, and what we're looking for is this setting here, MIDI program change through. So we don't want it to be sending a program change message anytime that we change presets, so I turn that off. Now what I'll do is I'll take you to a completely new preset, I guess, and we can set this up. So you're going to need to know two things. One is if you press view, so you've got this view here, I'll put it into snapshot mode so you can see what's going on. If we press in this button here, you'll see program change 098 and then CC69001. So that's the bottom bit is showing us which snapshot number we would need to take it here. And so if I change the snapshot 1 or 3, you'll see that this number changes from 0 to 1 to 2. So to change snapshots, we need to send a MIDI message on CC69, and the value needs to be 0 for snapshot 1, 1 for snapshot 2, and 2 for snapshot 3. So how do we go about doing that? If we go in here and then go Command Center, and what I've done is I've set up these buttons here, so I'm selecting this button to send a MIDI command. Bass on channel 1, and we want CC69 for snapshots. Please work. And value 0. So we're on 3 at the moment, so hopefully if I press this, we've changed to snapshot 1. Now I'll do the same thing again, and so Command Center, Command MIDI CC channel 1, no, channel 69, sorry, and value 1, and then hopefully I'll just assume that that's going to work. Same again, 69, value 2. So hopefully this should work. So I'll save this, then exit. So you can change these, customize these, by the way. If you press this and then action, you can customize, you know, so you could give it a different colored LED and also change the name. I won't do that now because that takes a little while, but you could color code this like I've done in my presets. So we're on snapshot 1, snapshot 2, snapshot 3. So if you remember, I also said that basically I don't want it to be changing presets by default. So what we could do though is set it up so that anytime that I load this specific preset, it will also load this preset here. So the preset that we need to load is PC098. So what I'm going to do is, if you go back into Command Center, and we can use one of these commands here, I think they're called instant 1. These get sent with a patch change. So bank PC, bass MIDI channel, and CC So I've just got confused again. Ignore these other settings. So bank, PC, we want MIDI channel, bass, CC00, CC32. We can ignore those, but we do want this. Okay, and I think that should do it. So I'm going to just press save again. So bank, program change, scroll to here and you get program, and you put in the program that corresponds here, PC098. So I'm just going to go on to a different preset, and then in theory when I load this preset back up, it should change us back, which you see worked. So now I can go back onto this and I can load snapshot 1, snapshot 2, snapshot 3, and also, you know, if I change presets, I can reload and it loads back to my correct preset. So I just wanted to share that, as I thought that was kind of cool for me. And what I've done is I've set up a few different presets here. So what I've got is these are kind of identical, except for this one has a looper in it and this one has a looper in it. What I'm thinking is that I set up two identical presets next to each other, and one of them will switch the preset of the HX Stomp. So if you see I'm on Lone Star channel 2, if I want a looper here, I can now press snap loop and it changes to this preset with a looper in it. So now I can do dual looping because I've got a shuffling looper here and also another looper on here. But I can come over here, and if I press snap, that takes me to Lone Star channel 2 and back. But if I press snap up here, this won't send a program change. So I can stay with the looper here, but get this same kind of preset, but with the loop preserved. So there's going to be some other ideas I think I'll have with this as I move forward, but I just wanted to show that. So to change presets, you want to go into the command center and bank PC and ignore this and ignore this, but program, you want to make that correspond with whichever number the preset is on here, PC098, and I use that as an instant command. And then for snapshots, like I say, I'm sending a MIDI CC message, and you're looking for CC69, and then 0 for snapshot 1, 1 for snapshot 2, that's 2 in it, and then 2 for snapshot 3. So relatively straightforward, I found it, which I wasn't expecting to. It did take me a little bit of faffing around to figure this out, but hopefully you can learn from my mistakes, and that should be relatively clear. Hopefully that's helpful to 1 or 2 people. If you want to like and subscribe, you could. There's plenty more stuff to do with the Stomp, Helix, all that sort of stuff on the channel, so hopefully it might be slightly interesting to you. Cheers.